It's amazing how close they can get, and
Oh
you
God.
not see them, or then you do, and you're like, I can't believe it was able to slip up on us like that. I just want to go to my most recent sighting. It's
Yeah, yeah.
I've
Tell
only
everybody
ever
that one.
yeah, I've only ever had two sightings, and I don't make a big deal out of it because it's kind of embarrassing. I feel like it's my job to get a clear, open video photo of a Bigfoot, and then I see them, and it doesn't happen. These sightings don't happen for very long, and they're gone. It was the last week of August, and Jenny and I were going on top of Monte Cristo Mountain to some springs up there where, this is a local haunt. This is only 60, 70 miles from where we live. We know 7 people personally over the years that have saw Bigfoot up around those springs.
Wow.
So
That's a lot.
yeah,
Imagine how
so
many more there are if that's just the ones you know personally. Oh my God.
So we're going up to service these cameras. We both have to pee really bad. They closed the last public restrooms at the bottom of the mountain. They had them shut down for some damn reason. They're never closed. We're about halfway to the top of the mountain, and we just couldn't take it anymore. And we pulled off on some random dirt road we had never been on before, got down that dirt road and pulled off at the first opportunity. I jump out of the truck and I just pee right next to the truck, whatever. And Jenny
Yeah.
goes and hides in the trees. I keep a close eye on her, whether you know it or not. I keep a close eye on her in the woods. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, all right, Jenny, and pretty soon she comes back and we jump in the truck. Well, I go to throw it in reverse and I look up in the mirror, and standing behind us about 30, 35 feet away up on an embankment behind a fallen over tree or a log was a Bigfoot. But that's not what my brain registered at first. 1,000 things went through my mind in a second. I was thinking it was some dude, and I even said that, and it's giving me the creeps. I'm like, that guy watched us pee. And
That pervert.
and I told Jenny, I go, there's some dude back there. And as soon as I said that, and I'd probably watched him for a split second or two, that's when it registered. Was no dude. Dark brown, head to toe, and just huge. And as soon as I said that, it split that direction behind me in my rear view mirror and went out of the frame of the mirror in the back window. When we're up there, we have cameras in grabbing distance, and I snatch my camera beside me, and Jenny could tell by the look on my face. She's like, that wasn't a guy. And I roll out and go running for it. And Jenny's all like, you're not armed. And I'm like, grab something. And I go running up to that log. And I think with my adrenaline that I should have some fear, but my adrenaline, got the better of me. And I go running up to that log that it was standing behind. And that's when I realized I knew it was big, but I mean, it was huge. I could see it was on the other side of the log. I could see the gap between its thighs and its upper thighs on the other side of that log. I get up to the log, and that log's hitting me at the upper belly button. So this thing is 2.5, maybe 3 feet taller than me and much wider, just big. And it split that direction. And immediately we start picking up its tracks. They're Bigfoot tracks. And we track it, and we eventually find a second Bigfoot tracks. There was more than just that one, and there usually is. I mean, people that stereotype it as a lone creature, that's not so. If you find some Bigfoot tracks and you look around carefully enough, you'll usually find that there's another one or more. They stay in small family groups or whatever they are. Well, we tracked this thing. We lost and picked up the track several times to private property. And there was no need to go on private property, which I won't without permission anyway. But you could see where it stepped over the fence. And this fence is hitting me about lower chest level.
Oh
And
God.
and it looks like it stepped over it, no problem, from private property onto public land. These tracks were about 17 inches long by 8 inches wide at the toe splay. Not sure if it's the one that I saw, but more than likely they come over for public property, and then after we had our sighting with them, they probably ran back that same direction. They're smart enough to know that there's less presence and less people pressure on these private properties. I'm pretty sure if the deer figure it out, you ever notice during hunting season, the day before hunting season opens up, you see herds of deer, and then all of a sudden hunting season and you don't see them anymore. And a lot of them head for private properties where there's less human pressure. I'm sure the Bigfoot knows where to be too. But anyways, a storm was rolling in. It was getting dark. We finally had to leave. That was my second sighting. This one wasn't as massive as the first one, even though that first one was a quarter mile away and this one was only 35 feet away. I could tell that this 7.5 Bigfoot was smaller than my first sighting in 2018.
Do you think he learned his lesson? Man, the last time I watched humans pee, they tracked me 2 miles through the woods. I'll never do that again.
Yeah, I think something's wrong with me. I think I've gotten desensitized to the fear for some reason, because most people see something like that, a monster coming to life. A normal person would have stayed in the car and split. Instead, I'm diving out and running after the damn thing. So